abusing us Africans like crazy. The police killed my friend in Uganda when he was helping me with my court papers and choked him dead. So, and the police also came and beat me up on November 14th, told me to appear in court. You know, as I'm trying to make it to the court, the train was choking me with the door on Bowling Green, and my tire fell, so I wasn't able to make it to the court. You know, so, you know, and they're not supposed to do this. You know, the police took my home on Staten Island wrongfully in 2010, vacated my home wrongfully. And there's a court order that, you know, since there's a settlement agreement since the 1990s that when they vacate your apartment, they're supposed to assist you with housing. You know, and I was trying to tell the police, look, you know, you're supposed to assist me with housing, and there's a special shelter I'm supposed to be in, HPD. Can you help me? And they knocked me down, said somebody said I stole a phone. You know, so they asked me to appear in court. I was like, you know, they couldn't find a phone on me. You know, and they said because I was talking. I said, I was trying to explain to you, you know, that I'm a vulnerable, displaced person, and there's a court order that when the city vacates somebody from their home, they're vulnerable to be set up by criminals. So I said, I've been getting a lot of criminals attack me, make lies up about me. As I was explaining to the police, they knocked me down. And they purposely came to harass me on November 14, 2025. Because when I sued the police for taking my home, I said they also sexually harassed me. In 2010, they stripped me naked in my home and kicked me out. And in regard I was helping with the court papers in 2014, they also they were sexually molested and laid on top of my dead. You know, they came and attacked me on November 14. You know, I know where America will help me. I'm reaching out to lawyers. Because I'm trying to get it caught. I've been also begging for assistance on Instagram. You know, and you know, nobody will help me with anything. Be careful, don't step on my stuff. Be careful. You know, so they're creating crisis of oppression upon me. You know, I don't even have the money. You know, so these police that came to harass me, they need to be arrested for terrorism. You know, because you know, they incited, they're necessary to terrorism. Because normally I try to limit my travel because my child is going to survive. Since I'm homeless and left on the viola. You know, so I try to limit my travel. And but I was trying to go to court today. That's why I'm getting kind of and I guess the pressure got too much in my car. The train conductor was choking me with the door at Bowling Green number 4 train, broken down platform. You know, I was going to leave my car near the library where there's a police camera and they head to court. But my tire broke. The train conductor was choking me with the door. He was choking me, you know, and that put so much pressure because, you know, it was gripping, it wouldn't let me in. You know, as I was trying to get in, it was gripping my cart with the door, and I was trying to pull my cart away from the door and the tire broke. You know, and this cost me $20. So they're damaging my property and they're abusing people, they're abusing Africans. So FIFA, don't bring the work up here. They've killed my mother, killed my father. They're on like a blood hunt. You know, they don't respect the law. They killed a black American helping me, and it's been killing spree. You know, since they took my home on Staten Island, and I'm trying to go to court, my tire got shot. Nobody would assist us an African. They say we Africans, especially immigrants, are demeaned as being inferior. You know, I've been begging for money on Instagram. If anybody could borrow money, nobody will borrow money. I reach out to Black Lives Matter. I reach out to the immigration groups. I reach out to Giovanni Williams. So they need to investigate all these people on why they don't assist Africans. They prefer to assist Spanish people, and they don't really assist gay people like me. Yeah, they do much for the Africans that are like macho guys that are arrested on Canal Street. But you know, they say this culture, they value masculinity over femininity. So I was born a man, but I'm not a woman, and I can't get no help. I can't get no help. It's very hard for my mother also. She couldn't get no help. They say this culture values masculinity. So you FIFA, you're trying to take hits away from football. So please be aware, the gay and the feminine, you know, Africans that would come as walk-up fans, they're going to be badly treated in this society. They call me little bitch and all that. You know, they have Black Americans jumping in. And there's a hatred towards Africans here. So please go into my Cash App, NYC Homeless, so I can hire a lawyer to help me address this. Because they're supposed to put me in a special shelter for people displaced by the city of New York through emergency vacate. You know, and they refuse to put me in that special shelter. And, you know, while I'm homeless on the street, The police arrested me, stole my green card, so I can't go back to work. So they entrapped me under the law, and this police officer that decided to add more burden to the public having. Now I can't make it to court. I've been begging for money on Instagram. Nobody responds to my post. So please, if you're watching my post anywhere in the world, please donate to my Cash App NYC Homeless. I'm not looking for marriage with anyone. I'm not looking for surrogacy. Just non-conditional financial assistance. You know, and also I beg for money on the street. So if you want to donate money from the street, but don't stalk me. There's a criminal gang stalking me, and they're trying to make it look like, you know, they have some kind of relationship with me, and in case I die, they want to inherit my property. So they see that my father is dead, my mother is dead, and my family members also are part of a narcotic gang that kill people for money. So I'm all alone here in New York by myself. I'm a Nigerian. So I'm being targeted by an American scam gang, inheritance scam. They said they target gay people. They said there was a white gay guy that came to New York last year for a job seminar, and a black American targeted him, lured him with false romance. So the white guy took the black American home. On the way, the black American poisoned the white guy in the Uber, gave him fentanyl-laced smoke, like marijuana to smoke, and the white guy died of a heart attack in the Uber, and the black American stole his credit card and went to Bloomingdale's to shop. So they're killing gay people, white gays here in New York. I'm a Nigerian gay. They're about to kill me also and steal everything from me. So please donate to my Cash App. The police wouldn't help me. I contacted the prosecutor, Lelita James, that my mother has been killed, her property stolen, my father has been killed, a black American helping me, Uganda has been killed. You know, they don't help Africans. So please, worldwide, you come to America at your risk. There's a blood spray, you know, as a gay person, you know, they don't help me. Their prosecutors don't help me. This Lelita James has to be investigated, and I've been bred. They're black American prosecutor, and they're not helping Africans like me. My mother's been killed, and I have all the evidence. Even a black American helping me has been killed. So they're just waiting for me to be killed by the police. And they say people, you know, if you're poor in America, they say money talks and bullshit works. You know, so please donate worldwide. If you're watching my video, please donate money to me. You soccer players around the world, please don't support the racism going on in America. They're back to their slavery. You know, so please, you soccer players, some of you are worth like billions of dollars. Are you willing to tarnish your reputation? So please help me raise this awareness. You know, I'm also partly British. My ancestors came from England and they went to Nigeria. You know, so what I was talking about is in the World Cup in 2022, some British players were kneeling down when they were playing the American team. You know, like they were mocking me. You know, they were kneeling down while playing the American team, but nobody understood why they were kneeling down. I believe they were kneeling down because I was posting messages online that I'm also partly British ancestry through my father's ancestry side, but nobody really helps me with money, just mockery, you know. So please, worldwide, if you're watching my video, please donate money to me so I can fight in the court. Please remember, human life matter, immigrant life matter. This Trump is abusing immigrants, called Nigeria a shithole country. You know, I went to his hotel in 2011 and they duped me. I've been trying to sue him since 2011 and they made him president. You know, they said, even Epstein said this Trump has committed so many crimes, but he doesn't get arrested. They said that there's some people that they are considered untouchable in America. They have connection with the FBI and police, so it's very, the FBI and police will mess up the case. So this Epstein that was arrested for sex trafficking, so he doesn't understand why this Trump has not been arrested for anything. Say he's committed so many crimes. So I believe it's part of the untouchables in America that have special connection with the FBI and the police department. So they foil every investigation about him and make sure he walks away scot-free. Even there was a black American prosecutor assigned, you know, to investigate him because Trump was calling Georgia, begging them to steal election results for him so he can beat Biden in 2020, you know, or 2021, I believe around that time. And they awarded, Biden eventually won the election, and they awarded the case to black American prosecutor Fannie Willis. And especially she was having sex with one of her co-workers and messed up the case. So some black Americans have threatened me that they're going to deny Africans justice in America and say they're going to kill us. So I don't know if those black American gangs ask that to mess up the case because they don't want me to easily get justice everywhere. And maybe the black American gang asked this Fannie Willis to mess up the Trump case so that Trump will escape wouldn't go to prison. You know, but she said she was having sex with her co-worker on the job, and Trump used that to appeal So I don't know if she was bribed or anything like that. I don't know what's going on. But they have to investigate this. How this Trump is able to escape every criminal murder, even Epstein, say he alleged before after that him and Trump used to come together. And I don't understand why they never prosecuted Trump. So I don't know if there's bribery going on. I've been trying to hold Trump responsible because I went to his hotel Taj Mahal and they duped me. They called the police and I was winning while gambling in the casino. And instead of paying me the money they owe me, they called the police on me to remove from the hotel. I didn't do nothing wrong to them. So I required the whole incident 2011 so I was going to sue them. And I contacted Eric Garner. The police immediately was going to kill Eric Garner. They couldn't help with the public version. And this Trump dropped Eric Garner's case after he became president. There was a federal case Obama started, and Trump said they forgot to file for court. And everybody was protesting. So all kinds of mysterious things happening. And people sometimes, cut off my tires when I'm sleeping at night. So they hired me to sabotage. I don't know whether that was my case. Because my tire was in good shape. All of a sudden, it's been broken because I was posting videos since yesterday that I'm going to court today. I'm going to file the charges. So when I'm sleeping at night, I always have to keep my bag and stuff, or to sit on my stuff. So I think my sad one is because I always notice to try to sit on my stuff and break the tire. Just, sit on it, So that, so I don't make it to court. Anytime I try to expose this Trump, and my mother said I was also part of a narcotic gang. A black American woman was following me around as I was using the bathroom on Whitehall Street, South Ferry. As I came out of the bathroom, I came out of the bathroom and she was acting like she was talking on the phone. And she was using the word go to your grandmother's basement. So apparently my mother's daughter has a basement apartment and she told me to come to come stay in that basement. So my mother was alive. At some point she looked so old. People used to think she was my grandmother. So the FBI surveillance was picking it up because when my mother brought me in 2000, the immigration arrested me and they put me under FBI surveillance. So on my case last year, my mother had a green card. They said that a green card didn't cover me. And even though America has lost, they can't separate the mother and child. They still arrested me. So they put me under FBI surveillance. So people now are making fun of my dead mother. So my mother became so old. She was in her 50s when she brought me here, but by the time she died, she looked so old because she was spending money trying to help me with my immigration case. So people used to think she was my grandmother. So now the FBI is releasing that information to mock me. So so one woman, black American woman, came out of the toilet. They said, bitch, go to your grandmother's basement. So people used to think my mother was my grandmother because she looked so old before she died. So the FBI is releasing information to black Americans to mock Africans like me. They say some black Americans don't like Africans. They are trying to pay us back for slavery. So the FBI is inciting black on black civil war. And this could turn into a bloody civil war. They say in Rwanda, people were fighting each other, killing each other because they don't like each other. So this FBI, this is the job they're doing under Trump. And Trump is inciting this, calling African countries shit-hole country. And this is said, he wants Eric Garner to remain mayor. He freed Eric Garner from prison. This Eric Garner, he has been trying to harm me because his friend, Eric Garner, was helping me when the police killed his friend. So he's been trying to get the police to kill me also, to settle the score. Because, he's very jealous that if I'm alive, I may win a lot of money when the revelation comes out that the police intentionally killed Eric Garner because it was going to help me against Trump, file a lawsuit against Trump, and it was helping me with the lawsuit I filed against the NYPD. So, this Eric Garner, so somebody paid him to become mayor. They said Bloomberg, and under Bloomberg, they were using abusive policing. So I know where all the sketches are buried, and they are worried that this is going to make me win a lot of money. So this is why they're sabotaging me. So this Eric Garner is sabotaging me, telling the police to be arresting homeless, locking us up, and saying, even when I applied for a full stamp under Biden last year, because the police had already stolen my green card. I got my green card in 2008, and when the police arrested me in 2019, when I was they took my green card from the bag. A Turkish guy slapped me in the head in 2019 because I was looking for money. So I was like, what is going on? Why Turkish? And anywhere I go in Brooklyn, if I sit in front of, I used to stand in front of a Turkish restaurant. There's a phone booth on 36 and 4th Avenue. It's called Park Slope. They have a lot of Turkish restaurants there. And for some reason, the city of New York plays phone booth in front of those restaurants. They call link server. So I used to go there, sometimes I sit on my chair to charge my phone, and the Turkish people would throw hot water on me and say, get out of here. And they would try to get the police arrested, call the police on me. So I'm just there, that my presence so unsightly that I have too many bags and they don't want me in their neighborhood. I'm like, they are Muslim and Christian, I think this is a religious war. And so, and one day, while I was begging for money on Bay Ridge and 4th Avenue on July 20th, 2019, and that July 23rd is significant because before my mother died, she always told me to do something. Said, the prophet of God told her that psalm is for me, spiritually. That even though I walk through the valley of shadow of death, I'll fear no evil. It's a very popular psalm. So they came to attack me. I was born in July. They came to attack me on July 23rd. So they had this Turkish guy slap me in my head. Even though I was in another neighborhood called Bay Ridge and 4th Avenue, I stopped going to that park slow. Where they always throw hot water at me and stuff and chase me away from the Turkish restaurant. And a Turkish guy came and slapped me on my head. And the police camera was recording. I was like, what? I said, how dare you? So I was really angry. I told them to stop bothering me, whoever said you can arrest me. So the police arrived. And they arrested me, so I was fighting. I wasn't fighting. I said, it's Turkish guy. I don't know why. And the police arrested me and choked me and took me to the psych ward. And all of a sudden, after the police did that to me, this Eric Garner went and made a speech. So he was aware of who did it, why they did it. He said, some of you outsiders, you need to go back to where you came from. New York is for real New Yorkers. Go back to Iowa, go back to Iowa. Don't go back to Ohio, go to Iowa. You're not going to be welcome in New York. So New York is for people that have been here for generations, not newcomers like you. So I used to make a speech about the NYPD. I used to make that speech before the police finally arrested me. Because anytime I tried to use the bathroom on Quad Street, Eric Adams was the borough president of Brooklyn at that time. And anytime I tried to use the bathroom in front of his inside the train station, bathroom for women, Quad Street, the police would come and remove me, chase me out of the bathroom. So I would go in front of his office. Eric Adams in 2019 was the borough president of Brooklyn. And I would say, you NYPD, stop harassing immigrants like me. I said, in Ohio, a Nigerian like me just became mayor in 2019 in Ohio. I said, and in Iowa, they are letting undocumented immigrants get driver's license. So I said, please stop harassing me. And then so every time I'm starting to chase me. Say, no, you can't stand there. So I'm like, okay, what is going on? That there's a movement of black Americans and NYPD say they don't want me in Brooklyn, I'm a Nigerian. Then after the police arrested me, Eric Adams went and made a speech in Harlem. Say you outsiders are not going to be welcome here. Go back to Iowa. Go back to Ohio. Say, New York is for those of us that have been here for generations. We built this city from the ground up, and you outsiders are not going to be welcome. After the police had choked me, almost killed me, and he was using that word to incite the police to attack me some more. And Bloomberg gave him money to now become mayor, and since then said the police would arrest him more homeless and put him in psych ward. So once and he brought that policy to July 2025. So I'm expressing a general ethnic and racial and xenophobic abuse, whereby people are helping me have been killed, like my mother, like my friend Eric Garner, and if I'm trying to go to court, they hire people to come and sit on my cart and break down my tires so I won't be able to go nowhere. And they send people to throw me. So I believe that they always sit on my cart and my tires. To make sure I don't go nowhere. So I was headed to court this morning and as I was trying to get on the train, and I think the needle that broke the camel's back was when I was trying to get on the train on Bowling Green, and the train conductor was choking me with the door, choking my back with the door, and I was trying to force my back into the door.
This is a Brooklyn tunnel, Flatbush Avenue bound. 5 express train.
So this is vandalism. They told the MTA workers to be abusing us homeless, do not learn from the train, and called the police to arrest us. I was using the bathroom on November 14th. And this MTA worker, she's an Indian, so I said I support the Mandani. I used to go on train to vote for Mandani. So the MTA was using an Indian woman to bother me. She came on November 14th on Chambers Street bathroom. She said, leave, I don't want you here. She always said, I'm going to call the police on you to arrest you. And they carry out the train, and she after she got leave, I don't want you here. So you're not a real woman. She always tells me, I was born in but I'm not a woman. Stop trying to. And soon after the police arrived, and he grabbed my back and gave me the banana like, somebody said I stole something. I'm like, how many lives do you guys make? And it's not told me how to come to forth. And I was trying to explain to the police so we don't want to get in the board, and they knocked me down. So now we're going to charge you, even though we didn't find nothing stolen on you. Now we're going to charge you. for talking to us while we're investigating you. They're not supposed to talk to us. I'm like, if you're here to investigate, why don't I have the right to defend myself as you're investigating, tell you what is going on? So, they've turned into an ethnic war where black Americans and the police force are targeting Africans, and Senator Ricardo also said the police to beat up the Africans selling stuff on Gaddafi, and Trump has not joined in to send his eyes also to be arresting these Africans. So please donate to my Cash App NYC Homeless so I can hire a lawyer to really fight this before they kill me and hide all the evidence. So this Trump and this Ricardo, they are brewing attacks on Africans, wherever I'm getting beat up. My mother has been killed. A black American that was nice to me has been killed as a Ricardo. So please, I need to hire a lawyer. Please donate to my Cash App NYC Homeless. I'm not looking for marriage with anyone. I'm not looking for child surrogacy. Yeah, I'm gay, but I don't need your sister. Please, no. Stop trying to tell me you want to help me create a child. I'm gay. I don't need a child. I don't need nothing from you, but just a financial donation. So I can hire a lawyer. My mother's been killed. My father's been killed. A black American air premier has been killed. And I have the evidence linking this Trump and Eric Adams to sabotaging justice and stuff. So this is very important. So before they kill me also and I disappear forever, please donate to my Cash App. I need the Congress to investigate this. This has been going on for too long, and nobody should stop it to get away with crime. So this Trump needs to be under serious investigation. I was going to go to court today, but they vandalized my court. I'm stuck here. So please donate to my Cash App NYC Homeless. Jumaane Williams, I'm calling you out. You pretend you're for immigrant rights, but you've never helped me. I always send you messages. So what is going on, Jumaane Williams? Are you part of the hate gang that hates Africans and believe, we Africans have to suffer because we sold ancestors to slavery? So what is going on, Jumaane Williams? Please contact me. You always march for immigrants, and I have the real evidence of what this Trump is doing with his immigration. The corruption behind his immigration. So Jumaane Williams, don't ignore me. Immigrant lives matter. Whether African immigrants like me, and you seem to support, your fellow Caribbeans that are immigrant and Spanish people that are immigrant. I've never seen you support Africans like me, and I've been contacting you for many, many years now. So stop ignoring me, Jumaane Williams. My life matter. My mother is dead. She was a U.S. citizen from Nigeria. So I can't really do this without financial support. So please donate to my Cash App NYC Homeless so that I can take this case to court. They're vandalizing my stuff, trying to train workers to crush him with the train door. A woman said they crushed her with the train door. She's from Brazil, and her hand fell down. I left her and turned around everything over. Now she's decapacitated. She won $81 million. A black American guy also that was alleged last year. They choked him with a train door and all his body fell all over the place. So they choked me with a train door also, and it crushed my tire. They killed a black American guy in Church Avenue. They took the train door. So Jumaane Williams, I'm a Nigerian. I have evidence of corruption against Trump, and since I've been trying to take this evidence to court, every Ghana, a black American FBI has been choked dead. They said this Trump has a close relationship with the police and with the FBI. Even Epstein said he doesn't understand why, and nobody has ever gotten this Trump in prison. And so they're untouchables in America due to their considered special assets in the law enforcement community, and they get to quid pro quo. The corrupt person will scratch the law enforcement dirty backs, and the law enforcement will scratch the corrupt person's dirty backs also. So I believe this is why this Trump, has been able to escape. Even there was a case in Georgia whereby they said they caught him on the phone asking them to change the election results illegally, and a black American prosecutor was assigned to find him in, and she messed up the case by having sex with a co-worker. So I want to know there's some bribery, and I was suspecting for acting really weird, like sending love gestures. I think she might be sending love gestures at me. Was during that time, So some people, they want to marry me and get half of any money I win because I'm trying to sue U.S. immigration. They arrested me wrongfully when I was a child, and my mother had to die of a heart attack. Before my mother died, she became so old looking. People used to call her my grandmother. She spent all the money she had to try to sue me from the immigration program. And by the time I got my green card in 2008, she was looking so old and haggard. Then her daughters were part of an narcotic gang. Her daughters started to poison her, thinking if they kill her, they'll be able to have all the money from a potential lawsuit. Because me and my mother was suing the NYPD also. The NYPD took her home. You know, so this is what is going on. So please donate to my Cash App, NYC Homeless. I'm in Nigeria and I have evidence against Trump, you know, of his corruption. And please help me because, you know, I don't know what they're going to do to me. I was going to go to court today with the evidence, but my car broke down. You know, so they vandalized my property. So I was headed to court today with the evidence. And I've been begging for someone on Instagram that please let me rent a hotel to put my property in so I can be able to take this from to court. You know, for the evidence I have for his corruption. You know, and this is how they have been arresting me. You know, so this is the latest time they arrest me. And the House of Black Americans do not let me use the airport. And they misspelled my name in the court papers. They made my last name my first name, gave me a fake address, gave me a fake phone number. My phone number is 929. My phone number is 929. All the papers is chairman. You know, my phone number, my real phone number is 929 7375205. They put this phone number with 2414. You know, last digits. And they told me, I told them this is a fake number. I said it's okay. That's what we do, we lie and stuff. I was like, no, you can't lie on a court paper, you know. And there used to be some black Americans that told me on the train, some black American radio host people in the morning, you know, they'll say, we love you Nigeria, we love you Nigeria. If anybody needs assistance, please call us. Hebrew in the morning. So I'll call them and say, look, my friend in Ghana is with you, my friend is with you. Can you please help me? And they wouldn't help me, they would help their fellow black Americans. And these Hebrew in the morning on Alta, he said, we'll refuse it. During COVID between 2020 and 2024. They said, we love you Nigeria, we love you Africa. If anybody needs help listening to our radio show, call us now. And I'll call them again and leave them a voicemail. I said, I'm in Nigeria, my mother's been killed, my friend has been killed. Can you please help me? He wouldn't help me. Then he started saying, he likes to do threesomes with his listeners. And, you know, if any of his listeners want to have threesome with them. So I'm like, so this is why this guy is putting messages online on the radio show saying he loves Nigeria. So he's trying to have a threesome with me. So some people are just trying to get involved with me sexually and claim that, you know, we adopted a child together so they can get child support. So they see that I'm potentially worth a lot of money because my mother was killed in Bellevue Hospital wrongfully. They locked her up in the mental and she died wrongfully there. And I was locked up by the immigration wrongfully. So a lot of people don't want to help me. They just want to lure me to a fake marriage and fake childbirth so they can get child support. So as a Nigerian, I can't get no help. For 10 years, my mother's been killed. So please, worldwide, if you're watching my video, please donate to my Cash App so I can hire my own lawyer. So a lot of the media here in America, they're trying to lure me to fake marriage and, you know, so they can get child support money. I said, look, I have enough problems in my life. I don't need child support issues. I'm gay, so I don't think that's going to work. So did this black American prosecutor, Fannie Mae, she was prosecuting Trump, and all of a sudden she was releasing messages like she was throwing love gestures at me. You know, and I didn't respond to the love gestures, and all of a sudden she messed up the Trump's case. And I needed Trump to be put in prison because he duped me. I used to go to his hotel in 2011. I used to gamble there. And they called the police on me to chase me out of the hotel and didn't pay me the money they owed me. So I was hoping this Fannie Mae because when they caught Trump in 2020, so he was making a phone call begging the Georgia election people to still vote for him. You know, they caught him on the telephone. And they hired a black American prosecutor and she messed up the case. They said, you know, she was having sex with a co-worker and Trump used that to appeal the case, that the case is mad of corruption, you know, and it's not going to have a fair trial. And while the appeal was going on, he went and ran for president and won. So they need to investigate this Fannie Mae, whether she should mess up the case, because I didn't respond to her love gesture. You know, because I'm gay, I was born a man, I'm not a woman, so I didn't really understand why she was making love gestures at me. You know, she just released pictures. A lot of them do it in such a slick manner. You know, sometimes they just do like this. Jemani Williams will do like this. You know, anytime I send him a message on Instagram, and he would do like a peace sign until a woman sued another woman. Say this woman stole her husband and was shooting pictures where she was doing the kissing mouth, the duck lip, like, you know, like that. The other woman was doing the duck lip, like, and be doing the peace sign, you know. And this woman in South Carolina sued that woman. So this woman snatched her husband, and she was putting pictures online, holding her husband's hand, and doing the kissy face, and with the peace sign. So I was like, so sometimes when I ask you for assistance on Instagram, they will respond back to me, but they will do the peace sign, And I thought it had some sexual connotation. I don't know. Until a woman in South Carolina sued. Said a woman stole her husband and was holding her husband's hand and doing the peace sign, And I just read it in the New York Post. I'm like, you know what? So for anyone that wants to, they said a lot of sex trafficking goes on in America. You got to pay to play, and sometimes you have to, So please, any of you corrupt politicians, I'm not looking to have sex with you. But if you're going to help me, please help me. This is a very serious matter. I have evidence against Trump based on corruption, and a black American trying to help me has been killed while trying to help me in that case. Eric Garner. So please, all you politicians, I'm not trying to have sex with you. So please stop ignoring me. If you're not going to help me, please state why you're not going to help me. Because I really can't do this by myself. I need a lawyer to take the evidence to court. I was headed to court today, and my car broke down. The train was tripping over the train door, and my tire fell into the track. So I won't be able to make it to court today. I'm supposed to attend court today. So I need money to rent a hotel room, and be able to hire a lawyer, and so as to see, I was wrongfully arrested by the NYPD. I was suspected to say I've been getting set up. There's something called being a Karen in America where people make up false charges about blacks and try to get them killed. So now the MTA said they want to get rid of homeless people. And I've been noticing they've been mass arresting homeless people, and I always record them arresting homeless people. I'm like, what do these homeless people do? So they took them to the sidewalk. And all of a sudden, it was my turn for them to also wrongfully arrest me. I was using the bathroom, and I always noticed they always arrest me in the bathroom. Any bathroom they will harass me, and they brought the police to drag me to the bathroom. So somebody said you stole something. So this John Oliver, the CEO of MTA, needs to be investigated because he told the Daily Post, New York Post, in an interview this year, 2025 edition, said he has concocted some illegal scheme to remove all the homeless permanently. And when they came to arrest me in the bathroom, they threatened that they want to lock up the sidewalk. I'm like, why? They said, because you were talking too much. I said, because you came into the bathroom, said I stole something. I'm just explaining to you, I didn't steal anything. I have evidence. I've been getting arrested by your police. I've contacted your police commissioner. I've contacted the Attorney General, Letitia James, police commissioner, Jessica Tish. I was going to scroll through my phone to show them, and they slammed me on the floor and began choking me. And they told me, now we're charging you for talking. I'm like, excuse me? I thought, if you're police investigating something, you would want the defendant to be talking. They said, no, we don't want to hear your voice. We don't even understand your accent. So they brought some Spanish police officer to ridicule me. They were touching my private part. And they said some white police officer did this to an Asian, Abdul Wima, raped him in the bathroom with a broomstick. So they're having every color and shade abuse us blacks. They've killed my friend Eric Garner while he was helping me. My mother's been killed also. So all you politicians, please, I'm not looking to bribe you with tax. And if you're not going to help me, please respond back to why you're not going to help me. Because I find it hard to believe you don't get any of my message. That's a lie. You, Giovanni, will have been sending messages for the past 2 years. And you don't respond to my message. Each time I send you a message and I say I don't want sex, I just need help. You post a video soon after we're doing the peace sign. It's like you're threatening me that I have to give you sex or something before you help me. So please, if you're not going to help me, please state why you're not going to help me. But please, I don't want you guys to wait till I'm dead and then you lie. Yeah, you never got it on my message. You're not that busy. You always go on march. You always respond to other places all over the world. So somebody was saying on Instagram, somebody was saying, this guy called Tramel Thompson is the head of the MTA, and he said he has so many unread messages. Haha. You know, each time I send him a message, I used to meet him on the street, I used to meet him on the street. I said, "Can you please help me?" Because sometimes he seems to be talking about me on your Instagram page. He says some customers are going to get killed soon in the subway. There's some the kids that are attacking, you know, customers. They're going to kill somebody soon. You know, I'm like, it's true. Some kids are attacking me. You know, so I met this Tremaine Thompson, is the MTA union workers boss, one of their bosses, and said, I should send him an email. And when I was sending an email, and then he put a post on his Instagram that he has so many unread messages, he doesn't have time to look at it. I was like, you know, so that was him. That even if anything happens to me, him and these other people are just going to claim, well, that immigrants kept sending us messages, but we never even bothered to read it. It was just too much messages. You know, I do send like 2 hours videos, 3 hours videos, but I believe these people are aware about me and just don't want to help me. You know, they may be seeking bribery, and you know, if that's how you run your stuff, you know, I can't knock you for that. I'm just not into that, you know. So, but please help me if you can. Non-conditional help. Please donate to my Cash App NYC Homeless for any other person or anybody that wants to help me with money, so I can hire lawyers, so I can stop begging all these politicians and all these people for help, so I can hire lawyers to take this to court once I get contracts. You know, but I tried to stop myself. Evidence and I can't get anywhere. You know, and you hire people. But today, at the downtown platform, I was going to come here and transfer to another train and go put my bag somewhere, lock it up with a camera, and then go to Port of Mahang. And it's just so much time. I was out of the time to get my bag because they wouldn't let me do it on my phone. Yeah, now. So now I'm supposed to appear in court. I'm missing my court deadline. The police came and choked me, arrested me. You know, they said somebody said I stole something. I'm like, you know, and I was trying to explain to the police that I didn't steal anything. I said, shut your mouth, we don't want to hear your voice. You know, so your accent, we don't even understand it. And they slapped me in my face, touched my genitalia, and they told me now I have to come to court for talking. You know, so you're not supposed to talk. I said, you are supposed to be touching my genitals, and I'm supposed to be quiet. He said, that's how we do it in America. So then now they told me how to appear in court for talking while they were touching my genitalia. I said, I thought your job is to investigate. How do you investigate if I'm quiet? So yeah, it was for telling people, don't talk. You know, they said that's the only problem they have. That I was talking, advising them on the wrongful thing they were doing. So they had the nerve. And as I was trying to make it to court today, my tire fell off. They were using train door to choke me. So please donate money to my Cash App NYC Homeless so that I can rent a hotel to put myself and I can hire a lawyer so I can get the kids back in court. You know, before they attack me in the bathroom and kill me once and for all, said I missed my court hearing. My mother has been killed, they wrongfully arrested, killed her in Manhattan. You know, a black American that was helping me, they wrongfully arrested him, killed him on Staten Island, Eric Garner. You know, so all these mysterious deaths, since I've been trying to hold this NYPD accountable. And this Trumpers, I went to his hotel in 2011, and they removed me from his hotel, and they didn't pay me the money from the gambling I won. They called the police on me. I didn't do nothing wrong to them. And I've been trying to get him arrested, you know. And then he tried to knock me with his car in 2014. Somebody told me to go and stand in front of his house and said they're going to be giving a Christmas present to homeless in 2014. So I went and stood in front of his house. He arrived with his SUV and tried to run me down. And other people were saw it. They have witnesses. And also I've been under FBI surveillance since my mother brought me here from Nigeria in 2000. They arrested me and put me on FBI surveillance. So you know the website, I need to subpoena my FBI surveillance. You will hear people as they were trying to run me over with the car. There were a lot of black Americans in that area. We were all waiting for the Christmas present. You know, they were all screaming that Trump is trying to run this person down with the car. And then he drove into, the car went into his mansion. And the gate opened and closed after the car entered his mansion. Then he boasted he could shoot somebody on Fifth Avenue and get away with it. And still become president. And he became president. Then after I became president, they said somebody shot my father with a bad injection. And my father died. You know, since I've been trying to hold this Trump accountable, my mother has been killed, my father has been killed, my friend Eric Garner has been killed, and just killing. And the police have been arresting me, and they reach for my throat every time they arrest me. They'll make up a line and arrest me and choke me to death. You know, so please, this is very serious. So all you politicians in America have been sending you videos to ignore me. They say some of you like to be bribed with sex. I'm a Nigerian. I'm not looking to bribe anybody with sex. So please, if you can help me, help me. But but please know, the world is watching. I'm posting this video. So I know the other lie you will tell is, oh, you didn't really get my video in time. If I get killed, you're going to claim you didn't get my messages. But if that's the lie you're going to tell, God knows. God knows the game you're playing, and the world is not a fool, but you have time to respond to every other thing happening in the world. You respond to Gaza, you respond to other cases that involve Spanish immigrants being deported, and to the masculine, macho, African guys in Canal Street, you want much for them. But for me, don't get any of my messages. Incredible.